Grana Weepony Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today we're taking a quick look at the legendary heroes teeny tiny Herbie and Vanishing Point, better known to you and I as Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. As we always do on this channel, then let's start by taking a look at the box. So the box has Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, aka Herbie and Vanishing Point, but really cool. Very nice artwork on the front, very much harkening back to the classic G1 stylings there. You've got your grid, your Newage. At the top we've got Bumblebee doing his transformation, and then I think this might be legendary heroes in I think Chinese written here. Very nice in his 3 stages there. On the back we've got the worst shot in the world, Cliffjumper about to miss. We also have warning, don't eat your children because they have small parts. Box art by 2021, made in China, and the box art is by Swallow, I don't know what that says. And then on the back we have Mini Warrior Espionage Herbie. Sneaky. Then on the back we have Mini Warrior, thank you for the barcode in the really worst place possible. And then Warrior Vanishing Point. And then at the bottom we have Vanishing Point, aka Cliffjumper, in his top stance, his middle stance, and then his alt mode. So overall the box is rather nice, but yeah, it's like everything is rather petite in the way that it looks. And then we have the destructions, and the destructions on this one are really nice in its beautiful worksheet format, which is my favorite way to have destructions. So with the boxes out of the way, now time for the main events themselves. So starting off with Cliffjumper, aka Vanishing Point here, and these are like teeny tiny micro machine type Transformers. I like the fact that Cliffjumper's quite blocky. There's something about it that I quite like. When I got these out of the packaging, my girlfriend did say, did they come out of a Kinder Egg? So that's her review on them. They're slightly better than the Kinder Egg, but I guess you can see where the Kinder Egg styling is coming from, I guess. I do like the fact that it's pretty much all red, but just with that shimmering blue there on the screen that really catches the light very well. I do like that a lot. It's a nice looking vehicle mode. The wheels do roll very well, and you get a lot of clearance here as well. So yeah, he looks great. Some very nice detailing around the back just with the spoiler, and again the shimmering blue there. Moving over to Bumblebee, even more detailing I would say on this one. You get some nice silver lights on the front, so a little bit more paint. That lovely shimmery blue that's on there as well. The grey bumpers as well on this one, and the grey plastic wheels. Around the back is just this little detail in here. This can be swapped out, and I'll show you that when we get to the accessories in a bit. And then together as a set, they just look great, yeah? They do remind me of Micro Machines quite a lot, so transforming Micro Machines, but they just look great, and they come with a bundle of accessories. So starting off with Cliffjumper, he has his classic water skis. The water skis come on this little spool here, so all you do is just twist them off like so, ba-ding, and then you've got your water ski. Taking all them off, and they are lovely looking silver, very nice. Some nice little detailing there, some nice little kind of scaffolding detailing, and the best thing is they are magnetized, so you stick them on and dink, they're just there. I mean, look at that. That is nice little touch, having the magnets on there. Very cool. Won't lose them. They won't fall off as easy, and then they just sit on the wheels like that. Great idea. Whoever had the idea of putting these on as magnets instead of clips, give that guy an award. So the accessories on this obviously are fully interchangeable as well, so we can move him out. And you can also stick these bad boys onto Bumblebee. If you want Bumblebee to have water skis as well, he can have the water skis, because they are basically the same when it comes to these. So stick that on there and there, so you can give him that. I mean, obviously he never really had these in the cartoon, but yeah, that looks pretty nice as well. Little bit of an add-on there for Bumblebee. As I've already mentioned on Bumblebee, this section here at the back can just come off like that, and then you can pick up the spare. You can drop the spare tire as well. You can just pick up the spare tire, and you can attach the spare tire to the back to give him that more classic look, if that's the look you want to go for. Or you can give him something a little bit special, and you can give him a rocket pack on him in the car mode, which means that he has this kind of jetpack attached to him there at the back, which is pretty cool, but would only make him go. Okay, so time for the comparison, and we're going to start off with the Dr. Wu take on Galvatron, because that's one of the smallest figures that I actually have in my collection at the moment, and you can see how they size up, and they are about the same size as your Dr. Wu. If we look at another Legendary Heroes, this time take on Goldbug, you can see how small they are from the version of Goldbug that we got not so long ago. Actually, they are much smaller than him. And if we go to your Earthrise figures, your Cliffjumper from Earthrise is like an absolute towering masterpiece version over these two. But I like the look of this one more. Don't know why. Transformation time then. The first thing we're going to start with is we pull down the back here, and then we pull out the side pieces here to make sure that everything is just separated out like this, and then separated out like this. So you can see that the arms kind of swung out with this now as well, so you can bring the arms around at this place because they'll be tabbed in at the back, so just bring them out. This one stayed in, so that's fine. And you can fold this down, and you can fold this piece down then as well. After doing that, we can kind of concertina everything out then, so you can see that the legs are just tabbed in, so you've got most of the body work done here. This point, the head will functionally go up or down, whichever one, and then the spoiler can go up at this point as well. But before we finish off the top, I'm just going to work my way down the bottom here first of all. This section is probably the most difficult bit. There's a little bit of faffing that you need to. Once the legs are separated, this bit is the fiddly bit. So we bring this section down, so just open this a little bit, make sure that stays there, and then it's moving it to the side so that it kind of faces towards you, and then spinning it round to bring this section back on itself and then down. So you end up with it kind of rotating around it and gripping itself. It's a little bit weird, then you just need to turn that around the way that you want it, and then this section will spin around and fold in there, so you've got the knee will still bend, but it does impact the knee bend, so it's an odd choice. It's a nice space filler, but it is an odd choice. The whole leg here is a little bit bizarre, and again we will do the same on this leg. So from this side we take this down then spin it around, and this section comes up, through, and down. It's a very, very odd one. Very, very odd. It's like it happens, but you're not sure how in real time as you're doing it. These things are just happening in your hands. I have no control. But that's kind of it, right? So there's that, and now we can come up and finish off this section up here by lifting up this, pulling down this section to form the body correctly, and then this will just fold down, fold out the hands, and then you've got the arms that will rotate, lift up and rotate like that. And then the same with this one, to lift up, fold out, rotate it round at the joint, and then you've got your arms. And next up we have Bumblebee to transform. So Bumblebee will be the same kind of business. So we just unfold this section, then we come around and again untab this section here. It's a little more difficult to actually get in on this one than it is on Cliffjumper. Just the mold is just slightly different, very, very, very slightly. And again, fold and concertina everything out. We'll probably just come up and work with this section now while we're here. So we'll fold the arms out, and then fold the arms out, this piece up, and down. Work on the arm then. Yeah, there we go. And 2. There we go. So there's that. Then spin them around, collapse in on itself, separate the feet, and then we start the madness of this section again. So this bit comes around, spins, and then this top section comes out, folds in, and round. And for the life of me, I still don't know how I do it. So round it goes. There we go. It feels like sheer luck every time. So down, around, spin it round, in it goes, and round it goes. Wow, okay, I'm feeling like a pro now. I'm feeling like a pro at this one. Alright, okay, there we go. And there is, if we just position his arm up a little bit to make sure he has a better look on the shoulders, and then we will also have our little Bumblebee, so to make sure that the feet are the right way around. Alright, so now we have our legendary heroes in their fully transformed bot modes, and they look real nice. I have to say that in this mode together, they do look great as a pair. You can see if we bring them both in for the head sculpts are slightly different, obviously, apart from the colorations. Bumblebee is smiling, Cliffjumper is not. We have horns in very different shapes, a more rounded horn and a flatter horn, and then we also have this kind of brow section here that is slightly different. You get the different types of molding on the chest here from Cliffjumper and from Bumblebee, so they have made a couple of differences. And color variance obviously is a big factor here. We get the blues carried over through each one, but with Cliffjumper he's obviously the red and the grey, and with the Bumblebee we only get one shade of grey and the yellow. But overall I think it's very nice. So if we have a look at the back as well of both of these, they both carry a little bit of a backpack, but I quite like the backpacks on them. I don't know what it is, but the backpacks to me really do add to the look of the figure, and I like the way that everything just kind of looks like it's a transformer. It looks like it's a robot that's hiding its parts, that's tucking things away. I like it. I like the look of both of these bots in this mode. They look great together. Then at the abs, we get some ab swivel. And then we also get some ab crunch here as well. That's really cool, so we can get them to look down. Everything below here, though, is a tragedy for me. This feels very floppy and loose. This is okay. I can live with it. The arms do feel a little bit floppy and loose. The legs are really what kind of kills it for me. And it's down to, I think, the size of them as well. He's got some massive clodhoppers going on. But, yeah, this just feels a little loose. And you'll get some nice forward, some nice back, some nice up, and he will hold the pose, but things just don't seem to... He's got massive feet, but he doesn't seem to really want to stand well. I don't know what it is about trying to get him to kind of hold a pose. It's just a little bit... Yeah, it's just a little looser than I personally would like. I mean, he's not gonna ninja kick. You can see the foot is just off balance. Maybe it's the metal and the magnets that are in the actual foot itself. But yeah, I can't really seem to get him to stand properly. He does need to have both his feet on the ground to be able to do anything. He will move. He gets some nice articulation here, so you can use it, and you can use all of this in the way that it's supposed to be, but it feels a little loose. Back articulation on the knee is hindered by this yellow piece. You can get to there. If you want more, you have to untab this piece and move it to get a deeper knee bend. It's nice to have the space full of that. I'm not complaining about it, but it's a very odd choice for me. Yeah, the legs, the feet are just a little too big and don't do, for me, what they're supposed to do. So, accessories, let's have a look at Cliffjumpers. We've been looking at Bumblebee an awful lot. Let's give Cliffjumper some love. So, Cliffjumper comes with the thing he can't really aim with, which is his long-range kind of sniper rifle, missile launcher type thing. It comes with two pieces that clip together, just like this, so that you can have the stand for it, and then that will just fit into his hand here, like this. It's very tight, but as always with these things, it suffers from being able to bend any kind of function with it, so he's only going to be able to hold it really straight, so you will need a rock or something to place it on to give it that proper look, but that's how he looks. Bumblebee, however, comes with a few more accessories, and he comes with his little blaster here that's rather nice, rather snazzy. Little blaster there. I am a big fan of this little blaster. I think that's pretty cool. And then he also comes with, as I've already shown, he comes with this snazzy looking backpack that's all silver. And then we just remove this section here, and we can plug in his backpack, jetpack, and he's good to go with his head facing forward. And so now time for the comparison, and again I'll bring out Dr. Wu figures first. So here's Galvatron. You can see they're actually smaller than my Dr. Wu figures. That was the smallest figures in my collection. This guy is so loose. So very, very interesting to see how they are together. Then we will bring in slightly bigger, the Legends figure, the Legends scale of Goldbug. And then finally we bring in Deluxe Cliffjumper from Earthrise, and you see that they are, yeah, much smaller than that. So they're not going to scale well with any of your Earthrise figures. So all that's left now are my final thoughts on these dudes, and would I recommend them? It's tough. It really is tough. They're cheap enough. I think I paid about £25, which I think is about $35, something like that for them. And they do look nice as a pack. They have some really nice accessories, like this magnetized section here for the wheels. I love that, and I love Bee's accessories with the backpack, and I like the way they look. But these legs, they're not what I wanted. They make it nigh on impossible to pose them how I want them to be posed. Bee is better than Cliffjumper. Cliffies are really, really bad. I'm in a lucky position, as I always say, that I have this dude, which is Kiki Fix It Loose Joints. So I will be using that on these two and seeing where we go from there. I'll do that as a video because I'm going to do an update on some loose figures that I've got and do a Kiki video very, very soon. So keep tuned for that, and let me know your thoughts on these dudes down in the comments. If you can deal with loose legs, I think they're a nice little pickup for the price. If you are concerned about the loose legs at all, then I would steer clear, because like I say, Bees are not so bad. Cliffy's the worst. Have you picked these dudes up? Are you having the same challenges as I have? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!